Well, hello again. It's been quite a while. I'm sorry that I didn't get to this sooner. I've just had so much on my plate, but you guys are important to me, and I want to read as many books as I can for you. I just love you so much, and if there's anything I can do to be nearer to you guys, I want to do it. And all in all, this is a pretty easy way to do that. So, without further ado, The Adventures of Danny the Dinosaur, Book 2, The Big Boat. Written by Dr. Kent Hovind and illustrated by Brent Giles. Hi, boys and girls, it's me, Danny the Dinosaur, with another story to tell you. Last time I told you about Big D, my great-grandpa Darrell, in the Garden of Eden. Wow, that was a perfect place to live. Everyone was friendly, and they had so much food to eat. After Adam and Eve disobeyed God and ate from the forbidden tree, everyone had to leave the garden. Big D said it was lots harder to grow food outside the beautiful place they had been living. The plants were not as big or as pretty as they were before. Adam and Eve had to plow the ground and plant seeds for their food. Everyone had to work now. No more just playing and laughing and learning all day. One day, Big D, oh, isn't he cute? Look at that baby. Look at that baby dinosaur. One day, Big D and his wife Darla had a baby. They named him Dave, and he became my grandpa. Dave loved to follow his mom and dad around and learn from them. Moms and dads can help you learn lots of things. Dave especially loved to hear his dad tell stories about the Garden of Eden and Adam and Eve. Dave never got to meet Adam or see the garden, but he could picture it all in his mind as his dad told him the stories. One day, Dave and his dad, Big D, were eating leaves. Big D was eating from the top of the trees, but Dave was still way too little to reach those. He ate from bushes by the ground. As they ate, they heard a noise. What could it be? Big D looked over the trees and saw a very strange thing happening just past the trees in a big field. There were some people building a boat. Big D said to his little boy, "Hey, Dave, let's go see what's going on over there." "Okay, Dad," said Dave. Big D was always trying to learn new things. That's why he was so smart. Dave hoped he would grow up and be smart like his dad. Oh, well, check this scene out. They've got some people working, but there's also a whole lot of people looking at them. And what's he doing? He's pouring something on somebody's head. That doesn't seem very nice. As they got closer, the noise got louder. People were busy cutting boards and hammering. Dave asked his dad what was happening. "I don't know, son. It looks like those men are building a huge boat. I wonder why they would build it here. There's no water around. Let's ask some of the other animals if they know what's going on." Lots of animals had heard the noise and had come to watch. Ollie the owl seemed to know the most about it. He was talking to a group of animals. Big D and his little son went over to listen. "God told this man, Noah, to build a huge boat, said Ollie the Owl. God told him that the world will soon be destroyed by a big flood. The people have become so bad, they lie and steal and do not obey their parents. But the worst thing is, Ollie the Owl paused, blinked his big eyes twice, and said, "They have followed Cain. They think that they do not have to obey God. They think they can save themselves." All the animals gasped. "Dad, what does that mean? I don't understand," said Dave. Big D laid down in the grass and pulled his small son up to him and said, "Son, Adam and Eve tried to cover their sins with their own works. Remember how I told you that they made their own clothes out of leaves?" "Yes," said Dave. "That was a good story. I bet they looked funny wearing leaves." Now check this out. There's the serpent behind them, plotting. He's trying to do harm to Adam and Eve. "Son, remember how God said that the fig leaf clothes would not do, and that he had to kill a lamb to cover their sin?" "Yes, Dad, I remember. You said that God told Adam that the only offering he would accept for their sin was a lamb." "Well, son, Adam and Eve's first two boys were Cain and Abel. One day, they each brought a gift to God. Cain worked hard to raise a beautiful garden and brought God fruits and vegetables. But God would not accept Cain's offering of fruit. Abel brought a lamb like God had asked. God accepted Abel's offering of the lamb. God had told them that he would only forgive their sin if they brought a lamb. Cain thought all his hard work would pay for his sin. Cain disobeyed God, but Abel obeyed God and was saved." Cain looks really down about not being accepted by the Lord. But the Lord had told him if he had just listened to the Lord, then things might have been better. "Son, God is displeased because people today are doing the same thing that Cain did. They do not believe in God. They are trusting their good works to save them. This makes God sad, because that is not the way to be saved. The people still do not want to obey God. This man building the boat is the only one who believes God and does what God says. His name is Noah. God promised Noah that he and his family would be saved because they obeyed him." Geez, out of the whole world, only one man would obey the Lord. Those were very wicked times. Ollie the Owl slowly flew away to his house as the other animals walked into the woods. They were all wondering what God was going to do. Why was Noah building the boat in the middle of a field? Big D said, "Dave, your mother and I are old now. We won't live much longer. Let's move over here for a while and watch Noah build the boat. Maybe we can even help him lift some boards up to the top, because dinosaurs are so strong. So Big D, Darla, and Dave all watched Noah build the ark every day. Sometimes they pulled trees, and sometimes they lifted things for Noah, until finally one day, wow, that boat is huge. The ark was done. Wow, it was so big. There is a place in Kentucky called Ark Expedition, I think, or maybe it's Ark Adventure. I think it's Ark Adventure, where you can see how big the ark was, and you can go and walk inside it and see all of the rooms. It was huge, and it needed to be. Soon, young animals all over the woods felt God telling them to go into the ark. It was amazing. They just kept coming and coming. Soon, thousands of animals were inside the huge ark. Dave felt God telling him to go into the ark. He obeyed God. Look at his dad. He's so proud of him. He's smiling and crying at the same time because he loves his son, and he's happy to see that his son is doing the right thing by listening to the Lord. Inside, he met a pretty girl dinosaur, and guess what? Later, they got married, and she became my Grandma Dora. When all the animals were safe in their rooms in the ark, Noah and his family joined them inside. You see all these people pointing and laughing at Noah on the outside? How mean they look? Those are called scoffers, and you will meet a lot of them whenever you're trying to do the right thing. They will scoff at you and make fun of you for doing the right thing. But just like these people, the evil that they choose to stay in will be their demise. Then God shut the door. Outside the ark, the people were laughing at Noah for building that big boat in the middle of a field. They laughed and laughed until the rain started. Then they wished that they had listened to God, but it was too late. It rained and rained for 40 days, and soon the whole world was covered with water. See the raindrop on his shiny head? Inside the boat, all the animals loved Noah and his family. They were so glad that Noah had built the boat to save all of them. Look, he gets to pet dinosaurs and big cats. My husband wishes that he could have a big cat like a tiger or something. And I say, no way. Dave and Dora rested in their room and wondered how long the flood would last. They thought about what the world would look like when the great flood was over. Outside the boat, they could hear the storm raging. But inside the boat, everyone was protected and safe. Just as all the people and animals in the boat were safe, anyone who trusts in Jesus is safe as well. It's as simple as ABC. A. All have sinned. B. Believe on the Lord Jesus Christ who died for us. And C. Confess your sin and commit your life to God. Looking ahead to Book 3. What happened after the flood? Would everything be a mess? Did Grandpa Dave and Grandma Dora have to find a new home? What is that tall tower that the people are building this time? Are the people disobeying God again? We'll talk about that in the next story. See you next time, boys and girls. The end. I love you guys so much. I'm really, really thankful that I have the time to read these to you and that I get to see you guys every once in a while. Just knowing that you're out there living your life makes me very happy. And one day, it's going to be a lot easier for us to call each other up or visit or anything like that. And especially one day we'll be all together in heaven, you know? So don't forget the Lord. Be like Noah. And when everybody else around you is laughing and living their lives in a bad way and they think you're stupid or naive for trying to do the right thing, oh, you just keep looking at the Lord and have faith, because He's going to get you through the storm. I love you guys. Have a great day or a good night, and go with the Lord.